Hey everyone, welcome to the morning stretch. I am Trisha Sloma along with Chief Meteorologist Matt Engelbrecht. And we have Amanda Perkowski joining us today.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi, everyone. This is the morning stretch, so this is where we get to talk about a lot of fun things that are going on in our lives, but maybe also the show.
That's right. And a lot of fun things going on in our lives. There's a lot happening in the world, but a couple of things going on in our lives that can make things a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter.
I think what's really cool is, Matt, you were gone for a long weekend, and there was a good reason, right?
Well, we had a tournament this weekend. And again, growing up, when I mentioned this sport,
it's a sport.
It's a sport. I was familiar with it, but we got our oldest son. He's 7 years old. Last year, he joined the chess club at school, and this past weekend, he was competing in a regional tournament, and we did not think it would go farther than a regional tournament. Turned out he qualified for the state competition down in Indianapolis.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Oh, my goodness.
Great job. Really proud of him.
Where are states, Matt?
The states are down in Indianapolis, and it's really the process. So if you're not familiar when it comes to chess, it is a two-person game, and it is only a two-person game to the point where during this competition, they are in a gymnasium, and all the competitors are there. Maybe a coach is in there, but otherwise, parents, we can't see anything about what is going on, how they're playing, what their strategy is. So it's a fun little signal that you have between your competitor or my kid and the parents. When they come out of the gym, you either do this, or you do this.
Hey, you got the thumbs up. Woo, double thumbs up.
That's it. That was the three things that, and going into it, I told my wife, Michelle, I said, I don't want to make this about winning and losing, so I don't want him coming out doing this. I want to make sure that we have goals that we talk to him about first, that we achieved. And of course, by the end of it, he had to win one match to advance to states. And by the end of it, I was like,
So, they need to get little live streams going just above the board so you can watch the game.
It's great. Even when you get into the higher ups, I mean, we're not talking live streams. Like, they are in a quiet room, like fully walled off,
for sure,
to where electronics can't be involved because you got little pieces in your ear here and there. I mean, it is amazing what they do to keep it a two-person game as much as possible.
I love it. Are you really good at chess?
No. No. In fact, I help with the team, so I do that. I help. So they play me, and I just try to survive as they try to plan and do different strategies, because you have a first, a middle, and an end game. There's 3 seconds to a chess match. So I just run them through different drills rather than try to beat them, because I can't.
Right.
So it's fun.
I need a refresher every time I play chess. Once I play, I think I'm doing okay, and I always get beat.
Right.
So.
And that's what a lot of people say the same thing, is that they learned it as a kid or in their adolescence, and then they just kind of play it for fun. So this is a lot of good time.
I think my favorite type of chess is watching in the Harry Potter movies when they play that big game of chess.
Yes.
That'd be like the dream. I think for all chess competitors to play in a human-sized chess that actually had some dramatic repercussions. So it was more than a boom, boom, or boom. It was like a life or death moment.
Ron knew what he had to do.
Oh, yeah.
Ron
absolutely.
had to sacrifice his knight in order to open things up for the other two to go through, and that's what he did.
You knew the scene I was talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, there's another competition that we want to talk about. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, our Amanda Perkowski is going to update us on fencing World Cup action.
Hey, some people call that physical chess.
Ooh.
There you go.
I can see that.
All that and more coming up after the break.
Can I stop smiling now? I'm going to stop smiling now.
It's the morning stretch. Well, we could just dive right into it, honestly.
Is it going? I wasn't going yet, guys. Now I am.
I would bring down the main slider.
Hey everyone, we're back. You're watching The Morning Stretch. Trisha Sloma, Matt Engelbrecht, and Amanda Perkowski.
Hello.
And we just heard about a chess match that Matt's kid is in, and he is going to state. We're so thrilled.
Let's go.
But our Amanda Perkowski is gunning for the Olympics 2028, and I'm so excited. Tell us all about what you were just involved in.
Right, so I was actually in the UAE this past weekend, got back at midnight right before our show on Monday morning. So it was a long weekend, but well worth it. I was there with Team USA. I ended up placing 61st out of 217 competitors, and these were the top 12 girls from all of the countries. Thanks, guys.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
We're looking at some action photos of you. Who are you fencing against here?
That's right. So that's a Canadian there. That's one of the matches for sure. And then that's also a close-up of me like trying to take the blade there. So there's defensive and offensive action. So that one I think I was taking down into like circle 8 is what it's called, where you take the blade and then just like use the bell guard force to kind of draw the tip in there. But yes, it was a successful weekend. I ended up losing in the round of 64 to one of the Olympians who got a gold in Paris from Italy. But that was a really good experience, a lot of learning lessons there that I'll take forward going into the year. But when you get points, it only helps my U.S. standing. So I was 10th in the U.S. going into this, and I've moved up to 7th. So
all right,
exciting.
Wow. Moved up is 7th in your ranking in U.S. competitors. Is that correct?
Yes. So out of all the women's epeists in the U.S., I am now 7th. So.
Oh, that blows my mind.
I can't get my head around it.
And that is the team right there, all the women's traveling team, along with our support staff, our medics, and our new coach. Actually, we just got a new head coach of fencing to lead us for the LA Games.
Wow. And Fujairah is where you guys were. Tell us where Fujairah is and why this was such... I mean, this was a big trip, obviously, but it added to the travels once you were there.
Right. So it was a flight from O'Hare and then into Dubai.
How long of a flight?
That was 14 hours on the way there, but I had more layovers on the way back, so the journey home ended up being 31 hours, but the journey there was only 14, and then when I got into Dubai, it's a 2-hour ride from Dubai in the big city there with the Burj Khalifa and all, to go to Fujairah, so 2-hour ride through sand, but there was this really cool thing on the side of the road on the way. It's called the singing path, so there's grooves in the road, and it actually creates a song as you drive through. So that was probably the coolest part of the 2-hour
So depending
drive.
on how fast you go is how fast the song is going to play?
I guess so, yeah. The funny thing was one of my teammates, because the Team USA guys were also there, he fences at Notre Dame, but he fell asleep in the car, but he woke up to the sound of this, and he's like, are these horns? I'm like, no, it's the side of the road, the grooves that are making these horn-like sounds, and he was just amazed. He thought it was a dream or something, but it was funny.
I mean, why not? You hear those rumble strips all the time when you're traveling, and I mean, wouldn't that be cool to do that here in the States?
Right. No, it was such a fun experience. I'd never seen anything like that before, and then also, the city is just kind of developing right now, so there's still a lot of sand and construction, but it was really cool to see. Got to see some camels, and I mean, it's a developing city, so I'm excited to see where it comes in the next few years.
Yeah, I think about, so you're going there to compete. One thing people, it's very hard to comprehend is that you're going there to compete. This wasn't like I'm vacationing or I'm touring. You had X amount of days to get the job done. So when you talk about these other things you saw, you really don't process it as a vacation. You're focused on competing at the highest level.
That's right. And even with work, a big morning news anchor, I actually went to work on Tuesday morning, traveled in, got there late on Thursday night. I got to the hotel around 10 p.m. and then had to compete the next morning. So quick turnaround, but was able to pull through and make it out of the day 1 initial rounds to that day 2 where you get the points. So, but it is, you're right, but I do try to enjoy the cities that I am, because I do realize how special and how much of a privilege it is that I get to travel to all these places with the team. So after the competition was done on day 1, definitely made sure to walk around, travel, and see what the area had to offer.
Well, you've had a lot of support, and we were rooting you on from back here. When we come back, we're going to share a special message, and you can talk us through from some local school kids who wanted to wish you the absolute best. So stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back with more of The Morning Stretch. Welcome back, everyone. Morning Stretch here, and we were just talking to Amanda Perkowski about her fencing adventure over the weekend. I mean, in the break, we were just talking amongst ourselves, and we're like, Trisha, wow, do you have something cool to talk about?
Do you ever?
She had a relaxing weekend, which is very important.
I did laundry.
So did you separate the whites from the colors before you? Okay.
Yes, I always do. But you know what? No, that is a lie.
Okay.
I went to the women's game on Sunday.
Oh, that's right.
And celebrated
2001
You
national
the
champion.
25th anniversary. I even brought the hat that I bought in the bookstore right afterwards. And
Signed.
got Muffet's signature. It's really something to celebrate.
And Hannah had a game.
she had a heck
took
of a
over.
game.
He won.
I gotta tell you, it was pretty frustrating though. The Irish were pretty cool with their shots. Cold shooting, not cool, but cold on their shots. They just weren't hitting for
Gotcha.
the longest time, but boy, they did. And when they came on strong, it was noticed. So,
And they're
But
back
the
ranked.
ranked opponent, too.
I know they were ranked 22nd, North Carolina. So it was good to get that win. They
Now they're
needed
on a
it.
2-game winning streak.
They
turning
need
things
it.
around.
They
Yes.
need to keep going. Speaking of winning, our own top fencer right here, Amanda Perkowski. You've been getting a lot of support for your craft, and it's hard because when we think about Olympic athletes, you're trying to make the Olympics in 2028.
Right, so not
and
this Winter Olympics. Fencing
Right.
is summer
It is a
sport.
summer sport.
Right.
So, but people need to know that this takes training and accumulation of points year round for a couple of years ahead of time, right?
Right, it's not like other sports where there's one Olympic trials. For fencing, to go to these World Cups, which are how you eventually qualify for the Olympics, you need to be in the top 12 of your nation. And for that, there's 2 domestic point slots that count and then 4 internationals, and those are constantly rolling throughout the season. So if you miss a few World Cups or don't perform, you can fall out of that top 12, and then when the Olympic year hits, you're not able to go to those tournaments. So it's important to keep traveling to them, performing your best so you can keep traveling with Team USA to ultimately start competing in that Olympic qualifier, which starts in 2027. It's really a whole year thing leading all the way till April of 2028.
Absolutely. Wow. Well, you caught the attention of Nooner Elementary, and I want to share this video right now. So just listen carefully what these kids wanted to say to you.
They're so sweet. Those are the Nooner Fine Arts Elementary School students. They sent me this video before I competed, which was so sweet. I covered a story for them earlier this year because they just started the first elementary school band there. So I had so much fun. I went to their rehearsals and then saw their first performance that was local at John Adams High School. So it's so nice that we can both be supportive of one another. I was at their first performance and they were cheering me on for my first big one of 2026. So sweet to see that. And if you do want to see that story, that is on WNDU.com. Just look up Amanda Perkowski and Nooner Fine Arts. They're pretty talented, so you should check them out. For
I
sure.
love it. And our thanks again, Nooner, sending that message to you. And we just had to share it on the morning stretch.
Well, it was
so.
more than just Nooner, too. So many people reached out to me from the community on Facebook, so thank you. And then you guys even shouted me out on air, which I was appreciative of. But you let the viewers in on a secret. You
What's the
told
secret?
them I got a little scratch mark during my bouts.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
told them. I know. I didn't know if we should tell you that, but tell everybody that. But what was interesting is the one morning we were so excited. She FaceTimed us way from the other side of the world. And then while we were FaceTiming, she rolled up her sleeve and showed us an injury.
You know, it's still here. It's still here a little bit. It's you can't really see anymore, but it's like I don't
You
know.
got
It's
sliced.
like a little. The end is there, but
Yeah.
it was nice and bloody when they originally looked at it because these tips on these blades, although they're not sharp, they are metal. So when you get a nice hit, sometimes it does leave a mark and
Digs right in.
Crazily, this
Yeah.
was a double touch though, so like I got the point and she did at the same time. So it wasn't even like just her touch, which was kind of annoying to get a scrape from it. But oh well.
Yeah.
How often does this happen?
More bruising, honestly, than
Okay.
scrapes.
Okay.
But because you are wearing a protective uniform. So crazily, this went through the uniform. Didn't break the uniform, but still broke my skin. So
Can I be
Wow.
honest?
it's tough stuff out
Yeah.
there. Yeah, Matt?
It looked pretty cool. It looked pretty
know.
cool. It was like, whoa.
So we talked about that on the air when you were
Right,
gone.
it's
but
gone now. The battle scars scars are mostly gone, just the remnants now. They do heal pretty quickly.
Hey,
so.
these are bragging rights for sure. You just keep at it. When is your next competition?
She got cut by a sword.
When is your next one?
Yes, crazily, it's very soon. It's actually next week. I'll be going to Doha, Qatar. So that is next
Is that
week.
in Illinois?
Oh, yeah. Just right around the corner.
You're
right
going...
around the
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, so next Wednesday night, I will be going across the country again. Usually they aren't this back-to-back, but that tournament in the UAE was pushed back 2 months.
Yeah.
So it's kind of all clustered right now.
Well, we are so proud of you, and we look forward to having more updates on the journey of Amanda Perkowski as we go for the Olympics.
Son, we need to see this chess
No, he's
champion.
fine.
Here he comes.
Yeah, he's not
Let's
getting
go.
cut by a pawn, I guarantee you. He's fine.
No battle injuries.
Hey, thanks for joining us on the Morning Stretch. You can check out our stories and more at WNDU.com.